Dude, I'm telling you, this Go XLR is the coolest thing in the world. I'm listening to music right now, just listening to Otis Redding while we're talking.
That's nice.
Puts a nice soundtrack, but you know, nobody's ever gonna know that.
Is that not distracting? Like, I feel like I can hardly talk to someone, let alone listen to music.
You know, I bragged about it at first, but I'm slowly turning it down because it is very distracting. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Brian, we have a strict diet before the hike. Exclusively pineapple, cherries.
Oh, but that's why I'm bringing loud pots and pans and firecrackers to hopefully
triggers PTSD. He might kill you guys in his sleep.
I filled her belly with my festering seed. It's in my shirt. All right, back down you go.
Well, that's fitting because she's my dog and beneath.
Speaking of retarded hats and Thanksgiving, pilgrims have really stupid fucking hats.
All right. Anyways, it is. Welcome to the third. What fucking episode is this? Welcome to the Forehead Fables podcast. This is a late night episode on the 26th of November. This is Thanksgiving. I'm eating lots of pies. Poob right now is sitting at his dinner table, literally having Thanksgiving with all of his closest friends, including me. I'm standing there in the corner. And our good friend Charlie Day, we're really tight with him.
Rizzo the Rat's here, the Muppet. And
well, his career's been on kind of a decline, so you know it's not as impressive as Charlie Day, let's be honest.
Yeah, Rizzo the Rat said a lot of like really racist shit. Got fired from the Muppets.
Yeah,
a lot of really anti like Muslim stuff. So yeah,
was he really?
So I invited him here for dinner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is a Muppet. I don't know. I remember like freshman year when I was doing all the rat stuff. I just found like a couple like rats of this make, and there's like this one and Bubba, and they just have like really funny pictures. But I think they're from the Muppets, which I never really watched growing up.
I was about to start choking.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I want to talk about that YouTube video you made, your Spider-Man video.
Oh, okay.
Before Brian gets here to fucking berate you about it.
Yeah, he's just gonna dig into me.
Brian's getting a chocolate bar and peeing really quick. Dude, the ending of that video. I watched the beginning, you know, and I kind of fell out. Why is your outline?
It's really long.
Why is the outline so perfect for your head? It looks like you're.
I know. I'm trying to stay really still, and I get it. And I have an image behind it with like the wood, so I can try and get it to look more realistic.
That's really good. We already started, Brian. You can start yours whenever.
Oh yeah, the fucking weird Spider-Man thing.
No. Poob he's breaking in. He was in the streamer world, and now he's breaking into YouTube. He's doing it right. He's got
with a crash.
Yeah, with a crash. Bang. Although I'm gonna admit, all right, YouTube is a low. Take it from a vet. All right, it has taken me. I've been doing it since 2013 on this channel, and only in the past 6 months have I figured out that people have really short attention spans. You cannot put the best part of a video at the last 4 minutes of a 20-minute video.
It's called build up, and it's called a reward. Okay?
Dude, that was
the
quite
people
the
that
reward.
waited.
Bizzle told me. Bizzle was like, "Dude, you need to watch the end of that," because I got like halfway through it, and I was like, "Okay, that's enough listening to Poob walk around Brooklyn acting like he's fucking a fake New Yorker."
Yeah, with that offensive accent.
Yeah.
Offensive.
Sound like you were
That's
doing
what they sound
speak.
like.
Yeah,
I was. Yeah. Well, he got shot in the head. I don't know that I made him autistic after that or something. So I think I just said one. I said one word like that, and then I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna go with this." It's just like one take. So I was just like, all right, shit. I said whittle, so I'm gonna start talking like that. Yeah.
One take. The whole thing was one. I don't think so. There's some cuts there. Also, you added some weird like screaming and shit in the middle of fighting. Was that the game, or did you actually add that?
No, I added all the screams. Like, yeah, in the game, they're not like, please God, no.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
No, yeah, I was cracking up making that. I'm really arrogant, so I thought it was super funny when I made it.
So, by the way, were you completely sober when making that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I made that all in one setting.
Were you on the devil's lettuce?
No, no. I was just.
I gotta see something made by you high now, because that is the ending of that's like something from a. That was so ridiculous. That was like something a drunk person would make. The very end where you're just like, so anyways, that was me as Spider-Man. Swing you later, guys. And then you're just fucking green screen. You know what, STALLTT, just put an overlay of the end of that video with no music, obviously, because you put fucking White Snake at the end.
Okay. Yeah, all my videos have been copyrighted immediately. They all have like a full song in it.
Not even the back end of the White Snake catalog. The fucking their most popular song, hands down. You wanted to make sure they came after your ass.
They DMCA'd.
Is that like what happened? Nothing happens, right? Like
you don't get strike for that,
right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm not really.
So if they're really, if they're big retards, like if they saw that video and they're like, I don't like this. I don't want this on my. I don't want to be associated with this. They could strike you.
Well, why would they think that?
If they saw like some retard swinging around on some fucking green screen footage,
wow,
and a very obviously stolen acid of a monkey dancing.
Well, I made that. No, it was stolen. I credited the guy that fucking did it.
Stolen right from under your.
Right, you know what's funny is just how ridiculous the entire premise of that green screen thing is.
Yeah.
But like STALLTT was bringing up the realism part. He's like, he's down a mountain. There's nothing for his web to grab onto. I'm like, it's absurd and ridiculous. That's
better.
I purposely chose, because at first I was like, okay, 4K drone video of New York, and then I was like, wait, what if I did LA? Because it's just like people be like, that's not even the right city. I was like, wait, what if I do a mountain? You can't even do that. And that's how
you should have just done street view of like the Gobi Desert, just like out in the middle of nowhere. Completely flat in every direction.
They're like flying around.
The tundra.
Now, if you really want to stick it to him because you don't care, you should have whipped out your nutsack and painted it to look like Spider-Man's face. And then bounced it around.
Why don't you make a fucking video, Brian? Okay? You dumb piece of shit.
With my nutsack out? No.
Well, you've got all these great ideas. You should, put them to use.
I don't want to get banned. I still watch videos on it.
Brian, I feel like if Brian edited something legitimately, it would be in the same level of... Poob, you're so lined up. You can tell you're trying to line up your neck with that fucking thing.
Who? Why?
It would be the same level of like absurd weirdness as you, but none of the lightheartedness. Brian would just make angry, spiteful.
Of Tarantino.
You get banned for that.
Tarantino piece.
People don't.
In that it says the N-word 100 times. No other aspect is like Tarantino at all.
That's it.
Brian actually likes to replace all the subtext and nuance of a Tarantino film with the N-word. That's really it's just N-word.
Damn part of the whole movie. What do you mean?
Whoa, rewind that part. Rewind that part.
That's the only reason he watches Django.
Wait, replay the clip with the black guy skull versus the white guy skull. Play that one again. I love that one.
Oh God, I need to stop touching my face so much. I've got to be in character. What the fuck was I gonna say?
Poob, you're like that serial killer. You know the one where the guy found out
I'm not like a serial killer, but go on.
You know the one where the guy found out that like the girl he murdered got found in a dumpster, and he's like, oh, I gotta sit down, and he goes to sit down on the curb, and it's found out later that he was the one who killed her. You know what I'm talking about, Poob?
I've no fucking idea.
Well, there's footage of him getting interviewed, and he doesn't move a fucking inch for like 3 hours. It's like a 3-hour long interview, and they like time lapse it, and he barely moves the entire time. And that's what you look like right now.
They make fun of that in Sunny in Philadelphia, I think.
Do they? I don't know.
Yeah, there's an episode where like Dennis is being interrogated. They're like, "This is the most chilling thing I've ever seen," and he just stares at the camera for like 6 hours, like. They leave the room. He's like, "Hey guys, thank you so much." Like, they're like, he's so disarming that it gets like they leave the room. He just looks right at the camera for like 6 hours.
Stares.
So good.
Fuck? Well, it's not just that guy. I think there was another dude who did that, or so, there was another. Video.
The Golden State Killer was in. He was in the courtroom, and they went through like. The guy had like raped and killed like 56 women or something like that, and they went through it was like the most grueling 15-hour day or something like that, and he just never moved a muscle. He was just sitting there. Fucking old guy.
Charge it. His rape
didn't
batteries.
Smile, didn't cry, didn't express remorse. He just sat there. And
he's probably like visualizing porn before he goes to prison, you know.
He's probably thinking about how he can rape and murder every single person in the room.
Yeah, probably.
In detail.
Rape her?
Well, he's all old now. He's lost all of his capability. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he probably imagined he was in a giant mech suit.
There are tools and mechanisms. Yeah.
He was in a giant robot suit beating and raping people.
Sort of Gungan.
The first half of the trial was him imagining him building the robot suit. The other half was unleashing it. Dude, that'd be crazy.
I saw that.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I think it's Ford. They have on the assembly lines now. They have like a mech suit thing that
For raping.
No.
Oh, okay.
It helps your arm strength.
Oh, holy shit! That's so badass.
An exoskeleton. That's not a mech suit. It's an exoskeleton. Like, okay,
yeah, it's an exoskeleton. So anyway, so they have like this repetitive thing, and they're trying to diminish like rotator cuff injuries from them doing the same shit for 8 hours a day for like 20 years. And I was like, what if one of those guys just brings that shit home and he happens to be like a wife beater?
Dude, that should be the commercial.
I forgot you guys can't see my arms.
Into the ceiling. It's like one place in the house that doesn't have hole in the drywall, and he's just like he's got new territory. The whole ceiling throughout the house he can throw this bitch through.
He's got the advanced model, so there's a rocket thruster on like the elbow of his arm, so he can just
like fucking Big O. You remember that anime?
Yeah.
Scan for support barriers. Fucking break all the pillars.
Dude,
it's a load-bearing wall.
In 20 years, that shit's gonna be consumer level, and there's gonna be some nerd that buys that shit and beats up his bully at school.
Yeah,
by fucking
rip his arms off.
By cracking his head through a fucking porcelain toilet or something.
Dude, I just fucking peeled the skin off my bully.
That'd be an epic commercial, actually. If the dad wasn't abusive, he came in with a mech suit, started beating up his mom every day, and the kid watched.
The kid gets a mech suit.
He made a mech suit of his own, or he bought it from Ford or something. Like, let's say the other one was Chevy or whatever, right? Because they always
Chevy beat your mom. Ford save you.
Ford freed you from this beat, and then the kid comes in with a Ford suit, beats the shit out of the Chevy dad in like one punch.
Chevy dads want to rape your mom.
Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck Chevy. Forwards for freedom.
Nothing beats a ram. Just like this guy beating the shit out of his dad.
Dude, yeah. Mech suit company commercials are gonna be awesome.
They're gonna be fucking badass.
Yep.
They're gonna be so cool.
I can't wait.
That's another reason to not kill myself. Okay.
I was talking with someone yesterday about like, what if Big O was in the same universe as Judge Dredd? You know that fucking movie?
I know Judge Dredd. I don't know Big O.
Big O was like a really gay anime where it's this guy that always wears a tuxedo, and they have the mega cities just like Judge Dredd.
Okay.
And like it's basically Batman, but
and he's gay. And
it's like Batman Godzilla or some shit. I don't know. He's always just like, he's like, another giant mech monster's attacking the big city. I gotta get him Big O, and it's like a big Gundam thing, and he hops in it.
Sweet.
It's super lame. It's so fucking lame.
Sounds really cool, but go on.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
BET actually released a spin-off called The Big N. It's pretty different. It's
wow, what happens in the Big N?
Oh, yeah, a lot of crime, I guess.
Oh my god.
This is bringing this podcast in a direction. By the way, we're starting this at 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
I don't have 3 fucking hours like last time to piece together one coherent.
So can we stay on
Bryan,
subject, guys?
I didn't see
no calls to violence, no whatever the fuck
towards Poob.
towards Poob, no fucking threatening to tear down Aqua and his entire channel like last time.
That got taken out, didn't it? That got
every fucking bit of that got taken out. That podcast is just a meandering fucking mess.
You shouldn't have named it 3-hour thing. You should have named it Tons of Fun.
I should have.
You.
Yeah,
it would have been way better.
It was. You know what? Poob should have gotten paid more than you because all it is like every time Poob starts talking, it stays in. Every time Bryan starts talking, here comes Stalt with the scissors to cut the fucking film.
And then it goes to the next scene.
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, wait, I'm in the podcast.
What's Poob doing?
Is this real? Is that really happening?
He's
That's so rude. Hey.
All right.
I'm docking his pay for this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah. At least unmute.
What?
Dude,
I'm sorry.
That was insane. Did you see that hand come out of your shirt collar?
That was insane. The little baby, his little baby midget secretary keeps under his shirt. Gave him a phone.
You want to see the one I was using? Wait, while I was streaming today. Oh fuck! Hold on.
This is really professional. Holy shit!
Oh wait, yeah, we're on a time limit, right?
We gotta translate really well to the audio version of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, you dumb blind people! Check this out.
Ooh, you're gonna set this up for like 30 minutes.
That's basically the gist of
Wow,
it.
that's
All right.
The turkey.
All right, now let me take 10 minutes to get back to the old one.
Oh my god.
Oh wait.
Ooh, that was why did you have to show that? You know, as soon as you showed the picture of the turkey with the hole for the head, I was like, okay, I know exactly what he's gonna do. Yeah. And he spent 30 minutes doing it, and it looked worse than I pictured it. Actually,
you could have spent that time, telling a cool story. Oh god, I sunk into my shirt.
Oh no!
Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay.
What are you eating, Sam?
Dude, damn. Abby made 3 pies for Thanksgiving.
Oh. You actually did you get all 3 pies?
Pumpkin cream.
Well, okay, so just like you're working out and stuff now. I'm trying to work out and stuff too for the hike. So this is it. Tomorrow I can't eat these things, so I'm trying to pack them away today.
You're only eating 2 pies.
Yeah.
You guys are both starting to work out for the hike?
Yeah. You're already in good shape.
About it. I still eat dog shit. But I am just doing some shit. Enough to beat you up, Poob. Raping the woods.
Yeah, right. Dude, yeah, let me
take advantage of your little.
Me and Bryan, we have a pact. It's just me and him versus the rest of you. Bizzle's the number 1 target. All right, that guy has combat experience. Dude. He's got a 6-pack.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that's why I'm bringing. That's why I'm bringing loud pots and pans and firecrackers to hopefully
triggers PTSD. He might kill you guys in his sleep.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, I think the easiest way of taking him out is poisoning.
Yeah.
Aqua
rat poison.
We just throw a wet rag on his face. He'll probably suffocate.
He would actually scream bloody murder. You think he was getting attacked in the night by an animal and then fucking set himself on fire.
Cardiac arrest.
Cardiac arrest. He'd run screaming, trip on a log, break his fucking head on a rock.
Yeah, that's funny to think about.
I love the idea of him smashing open his skull. That's horrible.
All right, I'm done with all the pie. That was an entire plate of pie. Oh shit! Oh,
lick it clean.
I feel like I'm kind of gonna
clean it up.
All right,
lick the plate clean.
Hold on, let me get the crummies off.
Is it how much pie is left? Don't you have more?
Oh yeah, I got more.
Well, then you don't gotta eat the crumbs.
You told me to lick it clean.
Yeah, lick it. That's not licking.
I had to get the
lick the frosting or whatever you call it. There you go. Yeah, all right.
It's not very good at this point.
Wait, do you have your camera on this whole time? Holy shit, I just haven't had it open.
Yeah. I've been sitting here eating like a mad cunt. And now you get professional, Sam. How you doing, Poob?
I'm doing well. It's Bryan.
Not sure if you've noticed, but I got my haircut. Oh.
Damn.
Oh, damn. Nice. Oh. Yeah. I went and got it cut And the guy fucked it up. And so then I went into the bathroom with a pair of scissors and recut it. And Abby was freaking out because we have family photos tomorrow. Like we got a professional photographer and we're going out.
Are you gonna?
Why?
Oh God, like, do you guys have it set up? Like, is it gonna be like in a little park?
It's gonna be a park. Yeah.
How do they fuck it up?
Dude, this shit. Okay, so the sides were like short.
A swastika in my head.
The sides were short, and the top was like easily like 2 inches longer than this. Like they left the top super long. And then the guy, like, I had like a bunch of long shit over here too. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" So I just went in the bathroom and started trimming. Yeah.
Bro, you should start like thinning the shit out of your hair with those things they use. Well, that they probably used to use on you like a long ass time ago. That thin your hair and just like Gollum, like Gollum scissors, stringy hair. Yeah.
Get the fucking the John McCain hair where it's just like strands, the Homer Simpson across the top of my head.
Like peel it back.
Yeah,
you could be horrific. No, it looks good though.
I wanna lose weight and then lose hair and end up looking like the Crypt Keeper. If you remember what he looks like.
I don't, but it paints a funny picture. So.
Dude, the Crypt Keeper, this fucking guy, this TV show used to come in. I think at like 9 o'clock.
Look this up.
Yeah, I think Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, and the guy's name was the Crypt Keeper, and that show would come on, and like my brother would see it and like immediately start screaming, and then my mom would place him in bed, and so like his last memory before going to bed every night was that. Because like the beginning of the show, the intro was just he would just like pop up and be like, yeah. And so my brother would freak out. He'd get put to bed and then have nightmares every fucking night. I'm sure that had some long lasting psychological impact on him. Probably.
Sounds horrific.
And then I got the really mild version of that where every night I would get put to bed when X-Files would come on. And so I just remember every night walking down the hallway, which was dark at the end because I didn't turn on my bedroom light. Mom would be like, "Time to go to bed," and I would just like walk down the hallway as it was getting darker, and I would just hear doo 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 doo, and it fucking dude, that was the scariest walk for me, just going towards the dark bedroom.
Just the music.
The
music fucking freaks me out, man.
Such a similar experience. My dad would make me watch a little bit of porn before he put me to bed. Just to tease. So like, I would never see, Muff or anything. But just, it
was always like
first minute.
It was always the pizza man gets beckoned into the house. You can come inside for your tip. And then
he's like, now I want you to picture what
happens after that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he would always look at you and go, "Is your dick hard, son? Is your pee-pee hard, son?" And you would have to answer honestly.
Sir, yes, sir.
I'm gonna check it, so you better answer honestly.
If I'm gonna check it. Hard, he sends you home.
I'll know if you're lying.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And if you got too far into the porn, it wasn't hard yet. He would start screaming directly at it. What's wrong with you?
What you hard?
Yeah. What is this?
And if I got the worst if I came too fast.
Wait, why are you coming?
Why? None of this actually happened. What do you mean? Why were you coming?
We got this from your dad. We heard this all happen.
Exactly.
No, I'm just like I ran out of stories, so now I have to start making them up. Like I talk. So
wow, you're already rehashing the things that you talked about before we started recording this very podcast.
Yeah.
He said that exact thing. He's like, I'm gonna start making up stuff because I've already ran out of shit.
Bryan wasn't here, so
I wasn't here. Yeah, what the hell?
All right.
Wait, who's feeding you that water?
I have no answer for that. I can't think of anything funny to say to that. I don't know.
Okay, so
goblin
this
under
is
your shirt.
A goblin in my shirt. Okay,
my shirt goblin.
This is concerning, Bryan, because I was watching every time Poob streams. I drop in and just see what's going on.
Yeah.
And he was talking about. This is the last time he was streaming that I showed up on. It was like 2 days ago. He was talking about making his own podcast, and he was talking about how he was going to do it, and it would be very stylized and stuff, and he would have like certain things to talk about, and then he had some very disparaging remarks towards this program.
Oh, ooh.
And
Wow!
We
Already,
are remembering
already.
this completely different.
Suspiciously, he shows up to the next recording of this very podcast and doesn't really have much to contribute, as if he's squirreling away his own ideas and remarks and limericks for himself in his own
I'm writing
program.
them down. You can't see my hands. I've been writing down each joke. I think
And then he just comes
Or
up to
later.
this one dry. He's like, "Oh, I got nothing. I got nothing. What do you?"
Oh shit! Yeah, but
on mine, I'm
baby
gonna
white corn.
set.
Yeah.
On mine, I'm gonna reenact like these exact scenarios to get to that part where the joke makes sense.
Poob, you think you can make a great, fantastic podcast, Poob? You think
No, dude, this
You're
is
in the
so
podcast
not how
game,
it
Poob?
went.
Is that what
Someone
you
was
think?
like,
You
"Hey, shut up." Someone was like, "Hey, are you gonna make a podcast?" I was like, "Dude, I don't feel like I'm in any position to need
Yeah,
to
don't you
make a
forget it.
podcast." I didn't forget it. I said like I'm already doing one, and I've got a really small YouTube. Like it wouldn't make sense for me to do a podcast.
why were
I'm
you-
already so it takes me 4 months to upload a YouTube video.
Why were
like,
you
how
shit
long would it take me to upload?
talking?
I was not shit talking.
No, honestly, to be honest, Poob,
Yeah.
what I was saying, you like read it, and I don't think you took it right. But I said you don't do any writing for this podcast.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't done any writing for this podcast in like fucking 8 episodes. Right.
There you go.
So I mean, it's not like you're wasting your creative juices when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
on this one. So you could write,
no,
make your own. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like I don't want you to make your own podcast. You're free to do it, man. I encourage it.
Dude, I know that. I know. Like,
I
I'm
want
not,
to see what your
bound-
fucking weird ass mind comes
I'm
up
Gonna be
with.
Dodge versus Chevy all over again. That's what he's
I'm not
thinking.
like honor bound. Well, I'm honor bound, but I'm not contract bound to this podcast. So it's like I know like it wouldn't be a competitor, But I
Yeah,
just
because
like
no show competes
I'm not
with this
there
one.
yet.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
shit talk
right.
this podcast constantly.
Yeah. No, what if you just rehash
those
the
fucking-
same shit?
Yeah.
Like you ever gotten in a fight
Yeah.
with someone and then like when you leave you're like, man, I wish I would have said that. And so your podcast is literally just playing a pre-recorded bit of like Bryan chewing you out, and then you're like, and this is what I gotta say to that.
Yeah.
And I've had some time to think about it. Brian. Yeah. Or
Poob's
just make it
delayed
seem
comebacks.
Yeah,
the
and then
podcast.
I have to make a podcast to reply to his shit in a rebuttal.
You're not gonna make you never even made that fucking YouTube video on the
What?
condition that
No.
I would get mass reported
Yeah.
if you didn't make one.
Sorry,
And I still have
hey.
people say, "Hey, where's that Brian video?" you
Life's busy
racist?"
right now, all right? Life's
No,
fucking
you know what it
busy.
is? Brian, hands down the laziest fucking person I've ever met. He is.
Well, that's not true.
He is.
Second
No, because
laziest.
he says he works from home every day.
Yeah,
right.
I do. Hard.
I have never seen him do any work. He acts
What do
like
you
he
mean?
works. He acts like he works.
I make my own hours. Boom.
Is that what it is?
No, I mean,
you're like,
realistically,
you're like, sorry,
it
dude,
is-
can't do it. I gotta work, and then I'll fucking, you'll be in a call on Discord playing fucking League for 7 hours of your workday. Like,
That's
what the
not
hell?
true. Well, no, because sometimes I'll I don't know. Sometimes if I'm not feeling it, I'll just do it later. Like I'll just do it at like 6 or something, 7.
What about you? Remember when I reached 100,000 subs and you were like, man,
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a YouTube channel when you hit 100,000, and then I got to
made one.
100,000, and you made
remember
one,
that.
and you didn't fucking
You don't
do
remember
shit
you
on
weren't
it.
there, Poob. You
Oh wait,
didn't
no.
exist.
No. Yeah, I wasn't born yet. No, I remember when there was another.
You were.
No,
you
Brian,
were
I think it was
the
just
festering
us
fetus.
talking. And you said when Sam hit 1 million, I'm pretty sure you were gonna make.
I did.
YouTube.
No, I did not.
You've
say
probably
that.
had this at every milestone. You've never.
Every
made.
milestone.
No, it was the 100K one, and yeah, I did. No, I did make the channel. I did.
You've uploaded like 4 videos in the past 10 years. That channel's
That
been
counts.
around for a decade.
That counts. That actually counts.
I think you
know what?
literally have less videos. Like you wouldn't be able to fill it with like a video a year that channel's been out.
That's. I had some, but I got deleted though. I didn't like them at all.
Mm.
It is hard though to just like go into make it. It's so much like editing is so
Boring. It's so
I don't know.
boring. If
It's-
you don't know how to
See,
do
I
it,
think
it's
that, but
boring.
also I did enjoy making that video quite a bit, and I did it in like
It-
one sitting. It just takes me so long to get to the point where I'm actually.
where you
and,
want
like,
to
the
sit
only
there
way
and
I
do
can-
it.
I have to like record like right before I start editing, so I remember parts and like just I have one file. Like it's not, it's probably a bad way of doing it, but I
Absolutely
just did a bunch
horrible
of
way of doing
random.
it.
I just did a bunch of random shit in Spider-Man, then cut together a story.
Having one
story.
file. Yeah, the one file thing is horrible.
But you know the way to do it, or what I prefer. I like the last like hour of editing. Maybe like the last like 2 hours, like where it's
when you watch the final product and you go.
No, like because
cutting it over and over again for an hour.
Cutting the fat off of footage sucks. I hate that part. And then like arranging it into like a pleasing. Where'd Poob's head go? A pleasing like storyline and flow. That's a pain in the ass. But then like actually just like editing in like the time consuming, annoying, weird little parts. The funny shit, the Spider-Man swinging through a mountain passage, that's the fun stuff. But it's, you know why it's so hard to start editing? Because it's when you drag in those 200 gigs worth of footage.
You look at it and you're like, wow.
And you're like, fuck my ass. I don't want to sit there and edit this.
That's what 4 hours of horse shit looks like. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that's why I'm excited. Like each one, I think I'm just going to keep, like, I don't know if you've noticed, you know, I've got 4 videos. Each of them are like completely different. Like not just game, but like how, like what they are. Like one's a gameplay video, one's a PowerPoint, one's a dance.
The PowerPoint's definitely your best video.
No, I like the dance. I think the dance is the best one.
PowerPoint,
maybe.
Your presentation.
Well, the dance. Well, see, the funny thing about the presentation is that was just actually made for a class, and then I uploaded it on YouTube.
I would have given you an A+
like,
on that. I would have given you 100 on that.
I'm talking about the Poob's quest for power. You did not make that for school.
No, no, I'm talking about the dance video.
Oh, okay.
The PowerPoint, was
I thought
just
you made that PowerPoint. That'd be so
weird. If I showed that in school,
you would be locked up. You would be locked up.
I would be so embarrassed to show that in front of a class.
But you weren't embarrassed.
This is why I want a Discord mod.
This is why the dance ones. I need my own mod. But
you weren't embarrassed. You weren't embarrassed by the fucking the milk rat thing.
The milk rat presentation. I forgot about that.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
Where the dance?
The dance is stupid as shit.
No, dude. I was okay. Listen, I go into him a little embarrassed, but when I see the people being like, "What?" It's so funny, and it makes it completely worth it. So, like, I don't know. Like, they're just fucking random people in my class. I'm not gonna. Well, I do actually run. I ended up having the same people in a lot of my classes. No, that probably got bad, but it's different. It's different than showing a fucking. This is why I should be a Discord mod. People would think I'm a pedophile or something.
Or like that kid who was like the My Little Pony fucking presentation he did.
Oh my god, dude!
You've seen that, right? He's like,
it'd be like that fucking cringe.
Yeah, or oh my god, that'd be horrible.
It's kind of sad that I'm done with school now and I can never show.
I actually had in my school. I actually had that. I had somebody do a presentation about My Little Pony.
Really?
At my school. Yeah, in high school. They were like talking about it and they were showing like all the pictures and describing what it was. I was like, what the fuck? It wasn't as bad as the famous video, but
yeah,
it was still like, why the fuck are you showing me this?
Well, what's your most embarrassing like school moment where you're presenting something? You have like a really bad one?
Me?
Either of you.
Oh my god. Every single one, I think. No, that's a lie. I got better at speaking. Yeah. But when I was when we were, I think there was a presentation where we were fucking, it was a duo thing and we had to like basically reenact, I guess, like a fucking history thing. And we were so unprepared. Yeah, it was so
reenact a historical thing.
Yeah, we would read out like
this is the death of Julius Caesar. You just start fucking stabbing the one kid that didn't do any work.
This is the California Killer.
It was like World War I or II or something. And like we were like basically doing these weird reenactments. And I remember one time we were motioning, we were loading up shotguns to get ready for war. And that's probably the most cringe thing I remember about that thing. Like we basically loaded it up and then cocked it or something. Like, you ready for this? I was like, yeah. Like that shit was the most cringe. That was the
Did you even have a prop? Did you have like a broomstick?
No, we were doing it with our air. We were doing it with our hands. It was fucking bad. It was so lame.
It could have been really badass. And you just
it could have been.
Kids could have been like,
I should have brought in a Nerf gun.
You should have made a sound effect too.
You should have. to bring an air of realism, you should have brought an actual Remington 870. Yeah.
I just done a pop in the air. Yeah.
Right in his
That's
head.
the fucking power.
Oh my god, dude.
I feel like most of my like embarrassing presentations were just like legs shaky, shit like I bounced around like 8th grade. I was in this class where all you did was like speeches and presentations, and you had to remember all this shit. And I was like pretty good at public speaking. Then I took a while off, and then I was absolute dog shit. And I remember like embarrassing kinda. I took a college like speech class in high school because it's just it's like in front of 10 people that I've known forever instead of a lecture hall. It's like supposed to be way easier. One of my speeches just came off like way more rude than I intended. And I remember just like seeing the kid's face during it, and he was like, like it made me feel pretty bad. Once again, I come off sounding like a bully or something.
Were you like shitting on a kid or what?
Well, kind of, because my theater, like the speech teacher was the theater teacher, and she was one of those, like, she was pretty pretentious about just like, theater students are a different breed. Like speech class, like, don't be embarrassed. Speech class will come naturally to them because they've been doing all, like, she's just one of the, like, I don't know if that's even a type of person.
When was
this?
this?
Say one of those. This was probably junior year of high school.
Oh yeah.
And one of her like prized theater students just absolutely bombed his first speech because like, he just didn't practice.
Yeah.
And the second speech topic was like something that shocked you or something, and I made it about like the day I watched that guy bomb his speech. And I just gave this speech
the prize
about like how he
star.
let
I didn't
down
realize he
the
would
teacher. Yeah.
Bad.
And like, but I've known it. Like, I went to his house when we were kids and stuff, so I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be funny. And like, all my friends thought it was pretty funny, but like, he was probably embarrassed just because I
saw
was
the
like,
water coming out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he was not like crying. It wasn't that bad.
Well, like,
He went home already crying about his bomb speech, and then he was like, "Oh, surely nobody noticed." And then he came back the next day, and Poob had constructed an entire speech about how bad his was.
Dismantling this kid's speech, how bad it was.
Wow! Just in case you guys forgot, that guy's holy shit.
All right, guys, who thinks this kid should fucking die?
Kill himself, right?
Hands up, hands up.
Hands up.
Who would be better off in this class if he weren't here tomorrow?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm getting embarrassed looking at him again.
Everyone point and laugh. Point and laugh.
Well, he's ruining my presentation right now. He's sucking it all up.
It wasn't even like that embarrassing for me. It's more epic than embarrassing. But
Poob, you tend to do that. You do that shit where you're just mean to people and you
I'm not
quote
just
unquote
mean to
don't
people.
intend to do it.
Yeah.
okay, the first kid I was, when we talked about it last week, that kid was a straight up fucking menace. So yeah, I was mean to him on purpose. This kid was more just supposed to be funny, and it was, and like other people liked it, but it's kind of where it taught me, my words have consequences. And carry weight, and I learned a great lesson that day.
Yeah, me and Bryan learned that early in life. Yeah. Kindergarten, I think.
Obviously not.
Most people.
It's very evident you haven't. But.
I called the teacher a poo head, and I got in trouble. That was it for me. All right. I didn't fucking dismantle a whole kid's life because they had one embarrassing
dismantle his life. The rest of his speeches were phenomenal. I motivated him to never fucking come in empty-handed.
And the teacher, the safe haven, the person that's supposed to protect him, I didn't get them to turn on me for being a fat kid. Yeah, no, that was.
That's a dumb teacher
horrible
moment,
things you can do.
That's like I didn't, intentionally
poison that fucking teacher.
Yeah, I killed a kid once. You'll never know when I'm telling a fake story and when it's real. Yeah, I went on a spree.
Sprinkling some truth in there every now and then.
I just sort of fucking hit him in the head with a brick, and I just
funny.
didn't stop hitting him.
It's coming through my sleeve.
His head looked like a.
You need to draw
watermelon.
a hand, or I'm sorry, a face on the back of your hand, and that way you can just bring it straight up. It'd be like a frowny face or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work on that. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, Bryan, you remember the whole Tony thing with that that presentation I did?
Yeah. We made Facebook pictures. We made a Facebook picture photoshopping your face on it, and it was like the stupidest, worst picture ever. It was fucking great.
Poob, have you heard this story?
No.
No, I've said it on the podcast before, so I'll give like I'll just say it
You
again.
have?
Sorry about repeating shit, but I had this like group presentation where I had done like all the work and everybody had really skimped out on their side of it. And so I went in and I turned in the written part and they had done nothing. And so I had like done all the writing, and the writing is what you're presenting. And then so I walked in there, made eye contact with the teacher, gave him the piece of paper, and then walked out, and like the class was in 5 minutes, and I just went and hung out in the public library or like the student library. And
I know, like a rat.
Yeah. Wait, no, this wasn't the same one. No, these are two different ones now that I think about it.
No, you're the liar. You're the liar.
No, this one is a spiteful one where I didn't show up just to spite these kids. And then the teacher was like, what the fuck? You turned in the thing. Why weren't you there for the presentation? They really struggled. And I was like, good, because they didn't fucking do any work. I'm glad they struggled. No, the one with Tony was like, I was doing some presentation and I was like really sweating over it. And we had a presentation the same day and we were talking about it the night before. And so like I once again hid in the public library, like fucking just nervous and like crying and having like an anxiety attack. Then like while I'm fucking like hiding and crying, Tony sends me a text message and he just goes, dude, I just aced my presentation. How did yours go?
Yeah.
And I was like,
starts crying and shitting himself.
Crying even worse.
Yeah. I do. Oh my god, I had someone just like you, dude. They sat there and they were like, I don't know what it was. They had a presentation and they sat there and they started shaking. I've never seen someone shake so much. Like I thought they had fucking like, I thought they were like Michael J. Fox. Like, they were shaking like crazy and they couldn't get a word out. And they sat there for like 5 minutes before the teacher was like, all right, it's okay, all right, it's over. They literally threw in the towel.
Jesus.
They were not handicapped. They were just shaking. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember.
Just scared,
I think it was the subject matter because I didn't have that much of a problem with public speaking, but the subject matter was like something they forced me to do.
Yeah,
they were like write an entire like stand-up thing on like love or something, and I had to wrote it, and I was like reading it the day of, and I was like, I am not reading this in front of the class. Yeah,
dude. Oh god, that does remind me. No, I have been embarrassed while speaking.
Way to report about getting fucked in the ass. What did it feel like?
No, you remind me because like just a dumb subject. Like I'm an incredible procrastinator. Like papers and stuff, I always was doing like night of, day of, and like night before, day of. Anyway, there's this one you had to write about your greatest fear. And like this sounds so cocky, but I was in like 8th grade. I mean, I wasn't cocky, but I was like, "What the fuck's my greatest fear? Like, what am I gonna write about for this?" Where it's either like, true, but like way too deep for class.
Yeah.
Or like it's too light and it sounds fucking ridiculous. So I went with too light and I sound like a fucking idiot. And I talked about like, yeah, when I was a little kid, I was really afraid of the dark, and you had to memorize the speech. You couldn't have it up there with you. And I tried, I think I probably wrote it that morning and I tried memorizing it. It just didn't work at all. And I went up there and on a speech about being afraid of the dark as a kid, I was like shit. Like my legs were like shaking, like I locked up shaking. I was like my voice was quivering. Like I was afraid of the dark, like because
please God,
like,
don't hit that light switch. I'm barely holding it together.
and like I just had to like
shaking behind the lectern, like
I just couldn't remember like any good reasons. I was like, and like I thought they were like monsters. Like I was probably just like talking like a fucking idiot, dude.
It's dark, and
I thought there was a demon inside me.
One time, someone broke in my house and killed my parents.
Yeah. Next time, you should have just stuck with Muslims like you were originally gonna do.
Next time, I'm in 8th grade.
My greatest fear is them coming over and taking over our lands.
Islamic terrorism.
The loss of the America I know.
And having to live in Sharia law. I can't smoke weed and drink anymore. That's my biggest fear.
Have you heard of white genocide? White genocide.
Yeah, white genocide.
It's gonna happen. Well, you could have switched immediately right there. My biggest fear is this presentation. That's what you should have said.
My biggest dude, I already did way too many speeches like that were so fucking
fear.
dumb. Like, my greatest fear is this, and I thought I was so clever, and I was just a little fucking retard.
But you were actually shaking like a fucking asshole.
Dude, not normally. That's why it also surprised me, because I think I went into it kind of cocky. I'm like, I'm pretty good at public speech, and I haven't done it, in a while.
Yeah.
And I was doing it and just like, oh my god. Oh wait, this was in high school. This was in 8th grade.
Okay.
This was probably sophomore or junior year of high school too.
Oh, jeez.
Which makes it worse.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Like
in
what?
Fucking,
he was gonna have sex with the kid that pissed his pants in his speech. He was afraid of the dark.
Yeah, who's afraid of the? Yeah, it's you're like 16 or 17. You say people.
I still sleep with my mom and breastfeed.
Yeah. He still wipes my ass.
Dude, what's that called? The Dunning-Kruger effect? You heard of that?
No.
Where it's like,
is it anything like Oedipus Rex or?
It's like the like when you initially start doing something, your confidence level is very high, even though your expertise is very low.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have heard of that.
And then immediately you hit that point where you realize just how much you don't know, and so your confidence level goes down.
Like a horseshoe.
Yeah, it's a horseshoe. Yeah. I had that. I experienced that in elementary school. I did. Did you guys ever have the? No, you didn't, because this is an orange thing. The Tropicana speech contest in Florida. We have oranges and shit. So Tropicana has a huge presence around here.
Yeah. Well,
juice. Yeah. So Tropicana speech contest, like elementary school speech writing contest. I think like my first grade or second grade year, I won like first prize for the speech. And I fucking smashed that shit, right? And so I was like, but I had done like so much writing and preparing, and then of course I had like my mom go over it and like touch it up and everything. And then and I practiced it in front of the mirror like 20 fucking times. I have no idea why. And then the next year I was like, easy, I dunked this shit. I wrote together like, I didn't even have my mom proofread it. It was just this mangled garbage of a speech. Didn't practice at all, and like I didn't even make it to the qualifying rounds. They were just like, "Wow, that was something, Sam. Get the fuck off the stage."
Oranges,
and dude, like cut this one early.
I'm sure you could have seen the realization in between the time I stepped from behind the podium till like when I got off the stage, like washing over my face. I was like, that was the hardest walk. I was like, but wait,
I won. I won last time.
Yeah, what the heck? I don't even think.
Wait, what was it on? Oranges?
No, the first one
contest about it had to be about oranges.
Yeah,
I remember I found it recently. The first one was on my on being the younger brother. That's what it was.
Okay.
And it was like a Malcolm in the Middle thing. Like I get no respect for being the younger brother. Again. Yeah.
Go on.
And so it was full of levity and humor. And everybody loved it. And my second one was about my dog, and it was just like, dog got 4 legs.
Dog, baby, Bart always eats poo-poo.
Dog run.
Dog run fast.
Pain tolerance.
Dog bite my leg sometimes.
Dog tough. Dog real scary.
Yeah, dog tough. I wish I was more like dog. And then he proceeds to start barking.
Yeah. Half of it was actually like me mimicking dog noises.
Yeah, they took him off after the third bark.
That's bad, but still. Yeah, you started licking your own crotch in the middle of it. It's like, yeah, am I right? Yeah. Stupid.
Actually there's props allowed. Only one prop per speech. And my prop was a couch cushion that I violently humped to demonstrate just how my dog does it.
And then he pre-applied red lipstick on his dick hole so it looked like a red dog.
You see how red it is? See how red my cock is? It's like crawling away on this. Just like my dog's cock is just this red. Twice as big, though. Imagine it twice as size.
That would have gotten you to finals easily.
That would have easily. God.
You would have been holding 2 trophies in your hands right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but anyway, so...
wait, one more presentation. I had one kid. This reminded me. One kid who was actually, I think they were like mentally retarded or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort, but like not full.
Yeah.
But they had a presentation, and they they had a presentation on, I think it was like some science thing. It was like a science project, and they had a piece of paper, and they were just going and then you could hear that you can see her do this. She crumples up the paper that she had, and she puts it in her pocket, and she looks at the teacher like, I forgot it at home. I forgot my project at home. And the teacher's like, okay, then that was your presentation.
Dog ate my homework.
Yeah, started eating the fucking paper.
That was an artistic decision, dude. She could have said that was like a performance.
Yeah, no, it was. I forgot all. I thought, dude, I died laughing when I saw that shit. Just crumpling it up in front of everybody in front of everybody, and then just hiding it and being like, I forgot it all. That was just.
She's probably like, my teacher's not gonna say anything.
Yeah, my teacher didn't call me on my own.
What do you mean? I'm retarded. I didn't know any better. That's in South Park where Cartman goes to the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, how should I know I'm retarded? He's trying to.
Exactly. You can't fail me. I don't know what it was. She had some sort of issue. I don't know.
God.
Anyway,
I said retarded too many times this podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
But what the hell?
Actually, I've always been close to retarded people. I feel like me and them, we're kindred spirits,
Brothers.
Yeah. And I forgot about this, dude. Me and this retarded kid in school, we got the cops called on us. The sheriff called on us in elementary school.
For running like a mice and men ring.
Wait, I'm gonna sound like a real scumbag. I forgot. No, the kid wasn't retarded. He was just a black kid. No, where'd Poob go? Poob, I'm talking. No. Okay, so this kid, his name was Stevie. Me and Stevie were really good friends. He was a cool kid. The crime took place in front of the retarded kid's classroom, is what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what happened was we had sidewalk chalk, and we went. This was like a concrete kind of amphitheater with like these big concrete pillars in front of the doors that went to like the special kids classrooms. And I spelled boobs BUBS with sidewalk chalk. And then Stevie drew a giant beautiful African penis on the column. And then I think we drew like long titties, like big sweet potato looking titties that went on for way too long. And then the sheriff got called because apparently, no. I think we might have said retards or something like that too in the chalk, because that's why the sheriff was brought in. He's not gonna get brought in for a penis.
Die, retards!
I don't know. A little hate drive, you fucking retards! Get back out of here!
Dude,
we said something. I'm gonna have to call my mom and fucking ask her.
You basically.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I'm actually gonna get to the bottom of this. Hold on. This is a very serious thing. Cops are involved.
You did something very similar. Say you spray painted "Go Home Black People" or something, right?
I did not do that.
You did.
Anyway,
you did. I remember you said that.
In my high school, the special ed room was like attached like by a wall to the art department. And I remember once the art teacher, like they were just like, kind of like hollering and stuff and like banging the walls.
Yeah. And
the teacher said, I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm going to have to call my mom and figure out what he said. He was just like, oh, Jesus, like, can they not contain them? Like, oh my God, sounds like a bunch of like howler monkeys or something. And one of the like special needs kids' brothers was in our class and was just like, my brother's in there. And he's like, oh, like, oh, man.
But my brother's retarded.
Yeah.
My brother's one of those monkeys. You ever have it like, dude? Do you ever have them like run around like in the classroom? I remember when we do tests, like there was like testing that we would do for like a week, and then we'd have like one of those special ed kids. They would run around screeching, going, and like I remember one time they ran past the door, and then like a few seconds later, you see like their, I guess, quote unquote tard wrangler like running after them, like running by, and it was fucking. It's just so fun, dude. I imagine being that guy. That's like your job. You have to basically sit there and chase after them all day. That was fucking exhausting.
Dude, there was at my element. By the way, I called my mom. She said we wrote ass and boobs, and then drew a penis. That's it. And it wasn't the cops. It was the school resource officer was over there like investigating.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
but he was doing CSI shit. He had the finger paint or the dusting for prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all the CSI stuff, doing a pat down on us, doing a cavity search.
Yeah, the whole nine.
They probably just sat there and asked like the kid that was literally watching you guys do it, just like who did this? And they just pointed it out.
But like, there's my
kid.
elementary school.
The black one.
At my elementary school, there was like the driveway where the parents would come drop us off. Like across the street was just like this wheat field that kids would run into, and then the resource officer would go in there with a flashlight. Like, I'm sure he was just like, can we just burn this shit down? So I'm tired of looking for kids in this fucking like wheat field. It wasn't wheat. It was just an undeveloped lot that had really tall grass.
Oh, yeah.
Like a kid would run into there and be invisible in like 5 seconds. Yeah, it was like hunting down a Viet Cong. It was impossible. He would always just go in there looking. His name was like Mr. Wreath or something. And he was just, he was like an old fit guy. He would go sprinting in there looking for them kids.
He was on a horseback, just going through it with a big net, throwing the net on kids. Two teachers with a big net in between them.
Old gladiator fights. Dude, net people. Oh shit.
Oops, the horse accidentally stomped on him a little bit.
Oh my
Dude. I can tell. I told my mom was starting to tell me that like she was starting to tell me how I behaved today at Thanksgiving, and so I was like, "Hey, I'm in the middle of doing this for a podcast. Bye." She was like, "Okay, we'll talk about this later."
Was she shit talking? What did you do?
Shit talk your stepdad, your new stepdad.
Yeah, her boyfriend. Like she called me and she was like, he's telling me that that your brother Zach is very nice, but you are very strange and keep bringing up inappropriate topics with him. And I do like all this weird shit to him, and he and she's like, "Are you trying to run him off?" I'm like, "No, Mom. If I run him off, I can't fuck with him anymore. I want him to be weirded out, but not so much that he leaves. Just like that in between level where I just fuck with him." But what the fuck? He did some shit. Like he's a energy conscious guy, where he's doesn't like super like green and stuff.
Yeah.
And like
solar power and shit,
crystals and stuff for a second,
dude. Like the second food is finished, he like turns off the oven, like goes out of his, like if someone's operating the oven, someone could just he'll just like bolt around the corner and like turn it off, right? And
recycles and stuff.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's that we cooked all of Thanksgiving, and Abby's like, okay, now it's time to put in the pies, and she's fucking like at her peak of irritability and just angry because she's fucking fat and pregnant, and she's all pissed off, and her hormones are raging.
Woman.
She puts in the pies, turns around, and walks out. And this guy walks in. It's like a revolving door. Like he came in the side that she wasn't looking, and he just walks over and goes, "Oh, the oven's still on." Boop, turns it off. Didn't check that anything was in there, and then walked out. Abby walked in like 10, 15 minutes later, and she's like, "Who the fuck turned off the oven?" Like she was so pissed off about it.
That's fucked up.
And then he was like, "Oh, sorry, I turned it off because I didn't want it to be wasting energy or whatever." And the fucking look she gave him was just like,
"You fucking retarded."
And Abby's not good at hiding the anger on her face. That's the second time you've done that shit too.
Dude, honestly, do it at someone else's house. All right.
Yeah.
Or don't do it at someone else's house. Sorry. Do it at your own house.
Yeah.
Let their house burn down if there was,
I knew this guy had Asperger's the second he started asking me about my the fuel efficiency of my car. And like,
was he actually?
Yeah. Just weird shit. He'll just bring up like the SEER rating of my fucking air conditioner and stuff. I'm like, dude.
I get about 3 miles to the gallon on this bad boy. Don't worry about my car.
You know what I should do just to show him who's boss? I should just go full like off the grid, self-sustainable in my house.
Why?
You guys are gonna like form a really strong father-son bond.
No, I'm gonna get a full array of solar panels just to run my whole house. So when he comes over, I can just shit on him about, what's your carbon footprint? Because it's kind of substantially larger than mine.
Mine's kind of zero, actually.
Maybe I can convince him to live in a cardboard box. just to fucking maybe I can bring down his
You
fucking
are trying to
his
break
quality
them
of
up.
life just to try to one up me, you know?
Yeah.
No, you know what he
Turning
does?
off
No,
my
all he would do
wife's
is he
eyes.
would have to get a bunch of solar panels, and then he would have to basically have a bunch of homeless people come move into his house. He's like, yeah, not only am I zero, carbon footprint is zero, but I also am housing several people that are now producing a zero carbon footprint.
Wow.
That'd be putting
Then he
your
would
mom
shit
in
on you.
danger, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn.
He would actually shit on you right there.
But anyways, the only reason I'm being so aggressive is because I resent him for fucking my mom.
Yeah,
That's
you're
really
jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, the jealousy.
Yeah, you should ask her what his dick game is like.
Oh yeah,
I think she has.
You should ask.
She has expressed it multiple times. She's like incredible and bad. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, that's good because this guy has nothing else going for
He
him.
does
She's
all
actually
those
told
Rain
you
Man
that.
calculations.
I'm glad he's got
you
the
were
one
joking.
thing.
You thought you were joking, Poob?
Yeah, she's actually told you that.
She said
No,
that.
dude, me and my mom are tight,
yeah.
man. Yeah, we'll talk about
He's
fucking
got-
whatever. We have
this cock is
none
like
of
a
that
jackhammer.
shit.
How big is it?
Oh, I didn't ask the. I'll ask next time. Explain his cock to me. My mom will tell
What
me.
does
She doesn't
his
give a fuck.
cum taste like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he salty or does he eat a lot of pineapple? Like, I know what's his-
Is he sad?
Yeah.
Is he giving you all the satisfaction you need, Mom?
Oh, by the
He
way,
does-
Brian, we have a strict diet before the hike. Exclusively pineapple, cherries,
Oh,
stuff like that.
You don't got to worry about that part, Poob.
Yeah,
I'll bring my red
Poob,
lipstick.
You fucking eat minced
Whatever you
meat
want.
for all I fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be in your own tent. But me and Brian, we gotta focus on pineapple and grapes
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
All the
coconut
good stuff.
water.
You just get pills now for that.
I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna
can?
eat off the land,
Yeah.
probably.
That's fine. Just take the pills.
Damn.
I'll probably forage with Bizzle Snaff. I assume he's a survivor as well.
Forage?
so- Just forage, hunt.
Oh. That's
Local
In
fauna
other
and
words,
flora.
at every rest area, they're gonna be
That's what I'm
pilfering
gonna
through the
do.
garbage can.
Dude, I am
Like
dude,
raccoons.
You just gave me another stupid idea that I want to do now. I want on that trip. I want to put like a grocery store, like packaged berries. Put it in a bush. Be like, oh, look what I found, guys! I foraged these sweet berries from this bush. It's just like this. You can see the brand name and everything on it.
Yeah.
Start eating. Wow, guys, I'm really living off the land now.
We
I
find
should
a
bring
creek. We find a creek
Yeah.
and like I act like I'm fishing. It's like a frozen fish, like on
Yeah,
the foam
beautiful, like,
things.
yeah.
I'll bring an entire dead
Beautiful
deer with
fucking
me,
giant
and then I'll
fish.
put it out in the woods and be like
Yeah.
gnawing on its stomach.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I killed this deer.
Yeah.
I'm eating it. A blood all over my face. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that'd be so awesome if I just went full psycho out in the woods, ran around on all fours.
What if I broke fucking? What if I cut Aqua's arm off and turned it into a
Yeah.
stone spear and stabbed him?
Dude, when I was talking to Aqua the other day, I was like, dude, people keep telling me that you're gonna flake, and I really don't want to believe it, man. Like, what is it that you don't want to like meet me? He's like, no, dude, like I really want to go. It's just I got a lot going on.
Here
That
comes
time.
dude.
Here it comes, dude.
He
Mr.
hasn't said it yet.
Excuses.
He's like, I'm gonna try and get it,
No,
which that
no.
is an important time of life, probably
That's
wedding.
that's a giant red flag. That's a big
but-
red flag.
He kind of insinuated that we're a go though, if it is during that time. He's like, you're not invited. So I'm assuming he's hinting that a wedding crashers type scenario is still in play, with me being the Vince Vaughn type. Because I already called dibs on that.
Yeah.
He said you're not invited to his wedding. What?
I was like, yeah, well, if the wedding's during that, maybe we could stop by. He's like, you're not invited. And I was like, okay, you're saying to do a wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
type
okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's implying. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not just a hat rack. I know what's going on
Oh
up
yeah,
here.
he was pretty adamant though that we don't show up. So,
We
like,
should show up anyways.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah.
It's
We
Wedding
should
Crashers.
show up and just
Just
stand
say-
in the
That's-
best men
yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wait,
should.
what?
Oh yeah, we should do one of those cliches where like the best men, all the groomsmen walk by, we beat the shit out of them, put on their clothes, and we walk out. Hey, Aqua, what'd you do to my brother?
Of course, if there's like a fat one, a tall one, and a skinny one, like I'd put on the skinny guy's outfit. It wouldn't fit at all, like buttons maxed out.
Yeah.
How are we gonna get in there? Oh.
Beat the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah, you choke him to death and throw him in the river. Show up. Hey, Aqua.
All three of them. Hey, what's up, Aqua? Where are my family?
My brother.
My brother and my best friend, where are they?
There's blood all over the city.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You're torn to shreds.
He would still go through with the wedding, I think.
Yeah. He didn't want.
He'd just be like, his wife would be like, "Just play it cool. Just play it cool. I took way too long.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to start. He doesn't want to cause a scene. Yeah. I wonder. Wait, did he invite the guy who doxed him to his wedding?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go get a drink. My throat's really dry.
Oh my God.
I kind of need a drink too, but I'm not gonna leave Bryan here alone.
You should convince Aqua fucking that it's actually like way longer of a trip than it is.
What,
just scare him. Just to scare him, yeah. Just
to scare him into what? Not going more?
I guess that's true.
Make him even more.
Kidding right
Aqua, it's gonna be a 4-week adventure through the wilderness. I think that'd hook him.
Yeah, we're gonna be there for 6 days, 7 days at least.
So anyways, it's 10:13. Do you guys want to? You guys want this, or you have anything else going on?
I just think that's a big red flag, and Aqua's full of shit. He's just trying to find an exit strategy.
He's trying to, man.
If he said that to you, then he's trying to get out already.
Why would he not want to go hang out?
Because he would have been like, Poob, I will be there, and I will not.
He said that me being there was a grand encouragement, but I think
you know what? That insults me. That was a grand encouragement.
Well, you know why? It's probably because I'm like the one guy that's nice to him.
I know
to his face.
Me and Aqua are tight, dude.
I know you guys are. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's what pisses me off. It should have been like you were like the icing on the cake, but he still gets a cake. He acts like he was like, oh, I really was kind of like, it was like going to church. Like it was an obligation. Yeah. But now that I know you're going, I really want to. Like, he's excited now.
He's probably just trying to make me feel better because I'm so, like, pathetic. He's probably just trying to, I was really down on myself during that stream, talking about some pretty dark stuff. So he's probably just trying to get me in a better headspace.
Oh, it was on stream you did this?
Yeah.
That's why, dude. He didn't want to look bad in front of everybody.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he would have told you a straight up no if it wasn't on stream. Yeah. He was just like, I'm not planning on going.
I don't like you.
He just doesn't want to get yelled at. He doesn't want to get the backlash of everyone like now going onto his videos and his thing and calling, you're a flaker. You're a goddamn fucking flake.
What we should do is bring an already dead dog to the trip and make him think he stepped on it or something. So he gets the
I was
dead dog
say,
thing
let's
too.
Let's just not uninvite him because we know he's gonna flake and hire whatever it takes to hire Jake Gyllenhaal to replace him.
Yeah,
whatever it takes.
Or at least a Jake Gyllenhaal lookalike. You know,
lookalike would be funny unless he was just a total fucking. He would be a weirdo if you're a lookalike as a job. You're like a clown, so. It would be weird, but it also could be pretty interesting. Just like the whole time pretend it's Aqua. Like
you could do that if he doesn't show up. You could just say like he was here with you in the car or something, and he watched him stab and murder a homeless man or something, and say that we had to kick him out.
Why a homeless man? He already gets so much flack. He already gets so much flack over the homeless.
Yeah, we'll say he like rolled his ankle or something.
He rolled his ankle stepping on a fucking dog's skull. Like that's.
Well, how much would it cost to just like it'd probably be cheaper to manufacture some sort of 3D printed Aqua face mask versus a Jake Gyllenhaal, and we could just take turns wearing it, switch out of outfits really quick.
Idea.
Yeah.
Apparently we're the exact same height, so I will volunteer to wear his skin.
Yeah, you could hire like one of those professional makeup artists to make a fake person.
For 10 hours every morning. Prosthetics.
Leaning up on a
it's me, Aqua. Okay, take it off. It's my line.
Dude, bring that dog up your collar again.
Yeah.
It's in my shirt.
Dude,
back down you go.
He's trying to watch his weight, so he actually has a dog in his shirt, and then he takes a bite of food and then spits it down into his collar dog.
He just wants the flavor.
It's like an external tapeworm.
External tape. Oh shit, man.
Who's the guy in the fedora to your right?
That's Games Dean. It's like a Games Dean. It's a James Dean parody. That's a gamer. It's from a show on YouTube.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I'm not just having all A-listers here, you know. Come off a little pretentious.
Of course. Lesbian Sam and a rat. The biggest A-listers the whole time.
Oh, that's a Muppet. Muppets are big. Okay, they're bigger than VeggieTales. And
bigger than VeggieTales.
What was that fucking thing you sent me and Bryan? The most unfunny SNL clip of all time.
Dude, okay, come on. Did you actually watch it?
I watched it.
It is not, dude, I was born, incubation technology was in its infancy. I was born 7 months early and placed in a cast iron pot in the oven until I was ripe enough to walk. It's so good, dude. It's the hardest anyone's ever acted and kept a straight face in SNL.
That's not even true because the stupid idiot fucking
Adam Drake's Pete Davidson. You know he's gonna break it because it's hilarious.
Yeah, he just keeps laughing over and over again the whole time. It ruins it.
And so it is, and so it shall be. Yeah, I don't like the real laugh track like the audience. I don't like I'm not a huge fan of Pete Davidson. But dude, that skit is fucking funny.
It was
I filled a belly with my festering seed. My final revenge. How is that not funny?
Look at me, boy. Look at me. Look at me, boy.
That was a bit in the first part. I've rewatched this 5 times recently. I remember. Okay.
He said it twice.
So listen, if you don't like that,
it was okay.
Fuck you. It's pretty funny.
Would I ever go and watch all of it?
Rewatch it tonight, no. Sam. Okay, with your your cookie body.
Fair.
Why?
Because I can watch anything and fucking laugh right now.
Then do it. Just do it for me. Please do it for me. It'd be so Thanksgiving of you to do that for me. Oh man,
do you remember those old? Do you remember those old SNL skits where they would just make fun of a fucking? Who was it that played this guy? It was like Chris Kattan or some shit. Played just a retard with a helmet.
I don't think I've seen this.
What the fuck? No.
He's got a fucking chest rig on that has a leash that's tied to a pole, and then he has a retard quarter-pointed helmet and knee pads and everything, and he just runs around and jumps up in the air. And I'm like, dude, this is 20 years later. I'm like, that's really just not even funny. It's just bad taste.
It's just kind of bad.
Yeah. You're laughing right now.
I'm laughing, but what's funny to me is that he has the leash thing tied to a wall. So that means his mom was just like, all right, it's time to go tie up the retard outside.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Speaking of retarded hats and Thanksgiving, pilgrims have really stupid fucking hats.
All right, that's the end. I want the end of the episode to just be Poob, and they have really retarded hats. And
but bleep out I said retarded and put in some.
You said retarded so many times.
I know, I can't help it. It's stuck in my head.
Nothing from your past you've said has ever come back and bitten anybody in the ass, really.
Dude, I'm going to more and more people in my real world are gonna find they're gonna find out my name's Poob, okay? And they're gonna, they'll see this one day somehow. And I'm not if I told my my people from my internship, the older people that were already there that are still kind of young that I'm friends with, existing employees, if I was yeah, I stream and I've got a YouTube under this name, Jesus Christ, what would they think if they watched that Spider-Man video?
They would think this guy is pretty cool.
Dude, I just can't imagine it going well with
There's
many
nothing
crowds.
wrong with it. They could just think it wasn't. They wouldn't get it.
But
they would understand.
I feel if you watch that and you didn't the last they saw of me, I was a professional.
Yeah,
and I never just went astray. And then they see this, they'd be like, "Dude, this guy's gone really down the deep end."
They don't. That's the thing. They probably wouldn't think you're being ironic or whatever. They probably wouldn't think you're doing it for absurdity's sake.
Yeah.
But aside from that, they wouldn't think you're a bad guy, and they'd be like, "Okay, this guy's a bit of a cringe lord."
they saw this podcast where I compared retarded people to dogs.
That's what
Then they might think I'm a bad guy, which is not fair. That's not fair.
Am I a bad guy? Am I a bad guy if I just fill the N-word into every slot it fits into?
I'm just saying what's funniest in my head, okay?
Am I the bad guy?
By the way, Nikita has a neighbor named Dave. Who watches this podcast.
Yeah. So last time we discussed the whole Nikita Ukrainian thing, right? And Bryan, take it away. I just wanted to remind, because that just reminded me of like everyone. What if somebody saw this? Nikita, the guy we were talking about, Poob. His neighbor apparently watches the podcast, and like after his aired, the one with him, he recognized Nikita because he saw the house.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Him. Yeah, he from the house tour, he recognized the kid.
Way worse.
And so he was taking out the garbage. This guy stops him, and what's funny is he was very nice. He was a very affluent guy, and why am I doing an Indian voice for a Ukrainian guy? And then he said he was like
thank you.
It was like the worst part is the guy is the neighbor's black, and in the podcast you kept implying that I was racist a bunch.
Oh God!
Oh yeah. And so this guy recognized me, and now he thinks I'm a racist. Yeah.
Well, I'm inclined to believe that he is. So
I've got an inclination as well. I pontificated an inclination, and I presume that racist. Guys,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
forgot
racist,
about that. I wanted to say that before this ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Hopefully it did. When you said it did back then. But
I think his name is Dave. I can't remember the kid. I can't remember his name.
Wait. Before we end it, I forgot about this part too. Nikita also has a girl trying to get with him, and she saw him from the podcast, and she was like, "Ooh, I want some of that
chocolate."
Yeah,
bro. Why am I not getting any of that?
Yeah, you're
this podcast?
No. I'll send you her Instagram. She's like what's a nice way of saying an internet whore? E-girl.
E-girl, that's the one.
She's an e-girl. She's got like an OnlyFans and everything. Yeah.
Still interested, Poob?
Yes. More. Now I don't even need to talk to her.
Yes.
No, good for him. I hope she is incredibly hot and doesn't wear a bra, or else it's going nowhere. But
I think both of those things apply.
Oh, dude, yeah, probably not wearing a
Right.
But you know what's funny is Nikita has absolutely zero interest.
He's like, oh, yeah. Every time
he's like, sorry, she's only 8 out of 10. I want 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
she's only 8 years old.
I want 7, maybe.
And 5.6%. What the hell is it?
5.8%. 5.8% feet tall. Or
some shit.
Yeah, no, he just said like 5.8 feet tall.
Were you there? He called shit talking dark speak.
That was some real Poob shit. He's like, do not put this dark speak on me.
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like a goddamn warlock.
Like you're cursing him.
Yeah. I don't talk like that.
It's dark speak. I forgot about that.
It sounds like some really southern racist shit.
Yeah, it does sound racist too. What do they call it? Ebonics.
That they are rap music in their friggin' dark speak. I don't know what they're saying. That's horrible. Man.
This has been probably the worst podcast in terms of it's going off the rails on race and retards.
Yeah, but that's because of Thanksgiving. It's because it's
we've got Thanksgiving spirit all up in us. So
we got to harness every single racist uncle. Every single.
I'm thinking like a pilgrim. That's I'm sorry,
dude. Honestly, I feel like all the people that would get offended at this shit, first of all, aren't patrons. Second of all,
That's true.
I think like the average person wouldn't get offended. I had these, I had a sink installed. The granite people that showed up, funniest thing I've ever seen, dude, is these guys were like 6'5" black guys, totally shredded. And they come in the house and their names are, well, now I can't say that. It's very, first of all, the whitest name of all time.
Yeah.
Clarence.
Like his name was like Kyle.
Kyle and like
the second guy,
Laverius.
his name was a woman's name, and I'm not saying was it a unisex name? His name was like Melissa. Like it was just.
Oh, I
like,
thought you meant I thought you meant one was a white guy's name and one was like a super like stereotypical black guy name.
No. It was a stereotypical white person,
Like,
white lady name, Melissa. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Karen
so,
and Jake.
yeah.
Shit.
Which, by the way, you don't have to edit that out because it wasn't Melissa, but it was something like that. And these guys were the funniest fucking dudes in the world. Like we were talking back and forth, having a fun time, and then I said this fucking racy ass joke, and they thought that shit was hilarious. And after that,
your bathroom's back there.
we were just stabbing each other with words, and it was the funniest thing I've ever experienced.
Nice.
Well, wait, what did you say,
dude?
There was, my dog's name is Gwen. They were asking me what my dog's name was, and they're like, that's a black person's name.
Oh my god!
And I said, well, that's fitting because she's my dog. And beneath,
That's horrible.
That's
that guy, the one was under the sink and he poked his head out, and the other guy started laughing.
Dude, that's the best way to break down barriers and
Call black people your dog. That's horrible.
No, my roommate during my internship, one of them was Indian, and I'm like, just wait, I can't go too far in this. Like, I was not being racist towards Indian people, but he'd be like, dude, I fucking hate white people, and then I'd retort, and then we'd go back and forth. We'd be like, and just like pal around, make out. Whatever.
What kind of thing did you say?
I don't remember.
That
I don't
sounds
know.
like another one of those.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna
like
make
that.
up
It's
stories to make my life sound interesting.
What was his name, Poob? What was his real name?
I'm not gonna tell you his real name.
Why?
It was like super Indian, but like we just be like,
that's not the preferred nomenclature. You're supposed to say Native American now. He's not from India.
What's the difference between Indian
he was
name
from
and super
India.
Indian name?
What are you talking about? He was from India, but he had like no accent. But
He's
actually Indian.
He wasn't Native American, or was he Indian?
Yeah, dumbass. I would call him a Native American if he's Native American. You actually supposed to call him Native American. No, he's from India. Well, he's not from India.
I thought you
started this by saying he's like an Indian. So in my mind,
no, I know what he's talking about. He was going to school for tech stuff. Of course, I knew what Indian he was talking about.
Well, what insults did you think I was saying? You damn feathers.
In my fucking retarded mind, I thought you were talking about a Native American.
Native American guy.
And then I tried to do a stupid flip 'em joke where it made you seem insensitive. But in my own mind, I heard Indian and was like, "Oh, Native American."
I rebound your blow. Racist. And now I'm expunged of all racy comments for this podcast. No, the damn host is a racist. I can't be.
There's no way.
Somehow Poob's getting out of this scot-free, man.
Yeah.
Clean as the day he was born.
All the retarded jokes he said, all the story about him saying that stuff, all gone.
Yeah, he gets out of it because
it's like I was baptized.
He choked a retard till he gave him his R card.
And then he put the reverse Uno
card on me.
God damn it. Indian.
Who is the least racist, most pure man of all time? And now I want to go play ARAM or something. So this is the end of this.